as you just said off air, the show 3 weeks in the making.
3 weeks in the making. That's right.
That we just put together a couple days ago.
And we're
no, actually, in all seriousness, this show that everyone is about to see tonight, for the most part, was 80% locked in about a week and a half ago.
And we even talked about the cocktail, I think, the last time.
Yeah, if I went back through texts and things like that, it would go back even further. Yeah. But yeah, hi. How's everybody doing? It is Wednesday, not Thursday, which is normally when we podcast.
That's right.
Doing it a day early to try and accommodate for some vacation and anniversary type things.
Yes.
Not our anniversary. That's
no.
That would technically be in February.
February, I think.
February.
Yeah.
And don't get the wrong idea.
Of AboutBeverages.
That's right, the AboutBeverages anniversary. And if you're unfamiliar with this show or just popped in on a live show for a change, you're like, who is this? I've never seen this in my feed before because it's been weeks. You just started following us. I'm Andrew.
And I am Keith.
And yeah.
We're AboutBeverages, and I'm wearing the same shirt of the clip that you just...
Which is hilarious.
We didn't just record that prior to...
No.
prior to going live.
No, we did not. And what's funny, though, is it was not the same shirt, but it was a shirt with the logo being right here again. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, hey, we got a merch store. You should go check that kind of stuff out. I don't have that button ready to go.
And the
oh my God.
I did this out of the baseball playoffs being in full effect.
That's true. That's true. Obviously, our Chicago Cubs are sadly not in it, but... then you kind of go for the closest team to you. So I've definitely been supporting the Diamondbacks, which they have been doing what needs to be done, which is they beat the Brewers. So like pretty much after that, for me, everything's gravy. And I'm happy they're beating the Dodgers as well.
They're going up against their old nemesis, yes, and doing well doing that. So of course.
So they play again tonight. As of this recording, they're up 2-0 over the Dodgers, and then tonight they play couple hours?
6:07, I believe, is first pitch.
Is it up in Phoenix?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when are you going?
Yeah.
Did you get tickets?
You'll be, you've actually been to Diamondbacks playoff baseball before.
I have.
Yes.
I have done that. That was
the year they won the World Series.
That was very, very cool. Yeah, that was neat doing that. I think we actually went to 2 games. I think I went to 2 different games. So I went to one with a close friend, and then the next game I went with that, like I said, my close friend HJ, who's usually here in chat, and then my wife went to the second game. Can't remember why. For some reason, she didn't go to the first one. And then all of a sudden, I remember we were leaving the park, and she was literally calling me, being like, "I can get tickets for," and like she had looked it up, like she wanted to go to a game that bad. Yeah, I remember. At least that's in my head. Maybe I'm making that story up. Who knows?
Sounds right.
But yeah, so since we haven't been around for a little bit, what's been going on? You've got giant construction going on in your house.
Well, we did, and that's pretty much done.
And you did this all yourself.
Good. Yeah, right.
You've built you're like Ron Swanson. You built a giant armoire,
media unit along the wall. So no, we had that done. So that's very cool. Looking really good. And
did you have a small like Halo-esque spotlight aiming at your record player, your album?
I could.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were doing that.
No, we could have probably had that done, but no, the Bears have won since we last got.
That is shocking. I mean, that took about a year and change, or almost a year.
They were, because it was week 7. And then this is week 5.
Yeah, we were like 345 days, something super, super sad, but at least they're looking better. It was touch and go. Like I said, I swear if they lost that Washington game, I was gonna be like, Keith, I'm sorry, we finally have to watch a game together, because you were the last person when we all got together that you saw the Bears to victory.
So what happened though is we realized so when the Bears won last year, Kristen was out of town.
Okay.
This year she was out of town.
Oh.
And I watched the game last year at Baker's house.
Right.
And this year I watched it. My son actually invited me over.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he invited me over, and I said, will you have the football game on? He's like, well, we don't have TV. We only have Amazon Prime. And I said, it's on Amazon Prime. So,
and he's like,
damn.
I mean,
I thought I'd found a loophole.
Yeah, I thought I had found a loophole.
So I went over there, and they grabbed a couple of Papa Murphy's pizzas. And
nice.
So we had to. So we figured out I have to watch a game. Pocket has to be out of town, and I have to watch at somebody else's house.
That's the combination.
So that's the combination. At least that must happen. So
all right, it's some family member's house, whether it's son, like I said, mom, something like that. Planty, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you this fine evening.
Everybody off with this. The last time we did a Wednesday thing, it actually went very well.
It did.
It seemed like people jumped in, or maybe it's just,
We are starting earlier, too.
And
I wanted to see if maybe the East Coast contingent would like that a little bit. We kind of mixed it up a little bit. And Yeah, just I mean, it's been working out nice. Like I said, you've been having like I said, the earlier shift, so it's kind of nice. Like I said, I'm sure you appreciate getting home and having like dinner at mildly the right time.
Late dinner, yeah, it's good. I have a little snack
Late.
when I come home, and I am good, Planty, very good. How are you?
Why don't we grab the first beverage? I'm already a little parched here. Like, I can always use some sort of water. Do I have
it's
the
always
graphic?
nice though. The temperature is always the same in here.
That's true.
It's always good.
That's true. Good evening, Bevy Brothers. Baker, how are you this fine evening? As the Dodgers are continuously losing, which make us very happy, correct? Yeah, we've got this. You found this where?
Hoppy Vine, Oro Valley bottle and wine shop. Husband and wife team own it. One is more of a beer fan. The other is more of a wine fan. I think he is also a Raiders fan. And this is kind of a cool thing. He has I think it's a Bo Jackson tap handle. And he's for each victory they have, he's moving it along in the position. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
That is pretty funny.
For a fan to do something like that. So.
Now, is the tap handle, is it his leg and it's slowly getting weaker? Like the hip, like the joint area? Like is just slowly...
I just saw it from far away and I think that's what it was, but okay. I thought that's kind of cool.
Okay, so now what does a Bo Jackson tap handle look like? Is it just...
Well, looks like he's running and he's like...
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That sort of thing. Because I
think he was pose.
Yeah. I think that I just saw it from far away, but I had seen there because they're one of like the 3 people I follow on Instagram, and that was that I had seen that on there prior to being there yesterday. But it's a nice location. They got nice TVs and beautiful views and all that. So,
do they let you like order in food or anything like that?
I actually think they do. There's a restaurant right next to them. There's a couple within the complex there. I believe you can do that. Yes. So yeah, it's happened to, we've been...
Yours is very foamy.
We've been testing trying a lot of Hoplark beverages. And one of my coworkers had talked about a Hoplark, and I thought he was talking about one of the ones we've had already. But then the way he described it when I saw this one, and I also I have the other one as well. I didn't drink that last night. I realized it was...
That was Citra and Simcoe?
I think there were 3 involved in that.
Okay. It was a menage of hops? Menage of hops?
Menage of hops.
Yeah, I knew it right there. Perfect.
Oh, maybe did I get rid of it? Maybe I got rid of it.
But yeah, we usually try and start out, not always, but with something non-alcoholic. Like I said, the Hoplark has definitely been, I think, on the money. The Pueblo Vita seltzer we had recently, I forget the name of that. It was like something mildly clever. It was like Pueblo...
Like Spritz or something.
Something like that, yeah.
It had...
But that one was really good. So we've definitely been enjoying these. So if you're into beer, kind of like I know a lot of people like IPAs. Like I said, that's... that can sometimes be hit or miss with people, but it is Simcoe.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. I thought there was a third, but there was a third word, but the word just says hops.
Hops. Okay. Right. But their website is actually really neat. That's one of the things I always like to point out. A lot of information. You can literally go there, and the hops that they do use, you can literally read about those, learn about them, growing areas, cultivation, like a lot of stuff like that, which I think is really cool. Do not buy.
If you can find it.
If you can find it in your area, do not buy these from their website. They're overly expensive. Like I said, you bought them retail 1 can for
$2.
And on their website, it's roughly, even with free shipping, like which you can get, like by buying like 18 of them or whatever, which again, they're like I said, they've always been pretty good. We'll find out about this one in a minute. It's more like $2.50 a can.
Yeah.
So it winds up being like $50 for 18 of them as opposed to,
Yeah. And that was the same thing with the other ones that we've tried. When we looked at the prices,
Yes.
we were like, ooh, because I could get a 6-pack for $8.49. And yeah, that was just, for whatever reason, maybe they really don't want to buy anything from the site. They want you to go out and go to the store and feel like you've gotten a great deal.
That always used to be the debate, like, do you actually, because you don't want to out market where you're selling at a mass produced place like that.
Tricky. It's a tricky thing.
But you would think, in theory, you should get it at least for the same price at the website where you're getting it straight from there and not having to pay all the other little things along the way. But anyway, it is what it is. Kind of like Costco, they encourage people to go in the store and then buy online. Tigress, it's very possible. Yeah. Costco usually puts, at least for a lot of things, puts up roughly the same deals on bigger items. I don't know about like food items. Obviously, you can't just like buy and go in there and pick up. But have you ever noticed a discrepancy with...
I don't know if I really order anything online from Costco. I've ordered
what about
a couple
the computer?
Things. I went in. Oh no, it was the same price.
Okay.
That was the same price.
Okay, I didn't know if maybe there was like a...
They do have like different online emails that I get and things you can buy only from only online as opposed to being in
Gotcha.
store. So they have stuff like that too. I want to try this.
All right. Definitely has that sunflower seed thing going on in there. And also what is interesting, these hop waters, you can't probably quite, well, you can maybe tell a little bit. Well, it's always weird when I does this reflection thing. That is not actually an illusion. It is slightly off clear.
Oh yeah, a little bit of,
And like, so you can tell that they're actually using like real hops in there. When we have seen these done before, it's always like that, which is interesting. There is a little bit of citric acid, I think was the only other ingredient. It was literally Citra hops, sparkling water.
Citric acid.
Citric acid was the only other thing in there.
Citra-ish.
Aroma is good, not popping out quite as much as I thought it might. But still hoppy.
Yep.
I thought it might be a little more fruity, but we shall see. That's good.
Definitely has that bitterness. You know you're having. Remember the hop bread that 1702 used to have, the cheesy hop bread.
God, I haven't thought about that in forever.
That was
God, that was so good.
Because you had that cheese and it was greasy, and but then all of a sudden you're like, oh,
yeah,
that bitter.
It was like, it was kind of like the same kick people get a lot of times with, and I think maybe bitterness almost is that to some extent. Like where if you like hot sauce and things like that, where you're like, oh, I just like the spice. Like some people like that little bit of bitter. I mean, like Campari and some of those things where they just like that extra punch of flavor. Yeah, this cheese bread, that place isn't even around anymore, right?
No, unfortunately.
They used to make this cheesy bread, and it was called hot. And they basically did it was like hot bread, but it was tons of cheese and just like he said, just
French
molten
bread.
and greasy on this French bread. And then they put just actually some like dry, like raw hops on there, and that combination of like you said, the cheese, and then also you get this little bitter. Oh my. Yeah, so good. We ordered that every time. Their wings were always really good too. Like their food overall was great. The beer selection was great.
And then they just switched to the not having service, and then
they kind of
happened. And that may have been when we decided to make our move to Hermanos.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if we have a game time yet. Do we have a game time yet?
I don't know. Have we? I can look at that.
I haven't looked. It probably still seems like it's usually a couple of weeks. And
how's the U of A even been doing?
Oh, they almost beat USC last week, and they almost beat Washington the week before. So I think they're 3-3, but they've been very close.
All TBD.
TBD. Okay.
Where were we with this one, right?
That's the one. Yep.
That's the one that got me. All right. Well, we'll have to wait on that. It usually was always like at least the week before, if not. I guess maybe it was just the week before.
Yeah, they'll sometimes even maybe might come out a little bit sooner than that, but yeah, we should know in a couple weeks.
Overall, that's the way we'll probably figure out. Unless it's literally like it's a 12, like a 1 o'clock start time.
Could be the same thing again. Yes.
What was it last time? 10. The boys are back in town. Cope, it is good to see you. How are you? Was it a 12?
12 or yeah.
Good to see you, Cope. How have you been? How have you been doing? Cope has been whiskey and alcohol free as he is preparing his body like a temple for his grappling tournament. Grappling tournament coming up in a few weeks toward the end of the month. So
we understand. We respect that.
Highly respect. Yeah. But have you seen anything that's caught your eye? Has anything like jumped out at you?
Beverage after the grappling is complete.
It might be some more of that Origin that we had, which was actually quite delicious.
Completed grappling.
My bottle's getting low. I'm missing me some whiskey. Yeah, I bet. I would think so. It is good to see you, Cope. How's everything going? Has the new job happened yet? There was talk the other day that Cope was saying he was looking at possibly switching positions a little bit, going to a new place. It sounded like the usual, like a lot of good things compared to what he normally had.
Okay.
So,
very vague terminology there, but good.
Well, it was like it was
okay.
It was less. It was less hours, and a little bit less hours.
Less hours, and
for the most part, a little better pay. It sounded like better people, like working with better people. Still in construction. He still does a lot of construction, like I said, but at least overall a little bit not quite as crazy. So. That is always a nice thing when you can find all of those things together. You find one of those things, you're kind of happy.
Yeah.
You can find all of those things, better. Haven't found anything that stood out yet. Life has been hectic. Haven't started the new job yet. Thinking the transition will take place in November. Oh, so it is okay. Nice. That is awesome. So that is going to be official that you will be doing that. It's fantastic. Trying to get my ducks in a row first, but enough about me. How are you boys? I'm doing very well. Feeling good. Feeling finally healthy again. Thankfully, didn't lose my taste.
Yeah.
Other than that, like day and change. Yeah. Like I said,
that's not a fun feeling for sure.
No, I just remember you talking about, what was it, that mint soap when you had COVID? Like, what was that, a year and a half? How long has that been now? 2 years?
It'll be 2 years ago, Thanksgiving.
That's right. It was Thanksgiving.
Yeah. When
we walk in, Keith's got a mask on.
Yeah.
We're like, what's going on?
We're eating outside, thank God.
Oh, man. That's funny.
No, that was not fun. But yeah, I had to put my face right in that very potent mint soap and nothing. I could taste a little bit of it, but it didn't taste very good, to be sure. So
where is it? Oh, there it is. If you guys want to all know what we're having this fine evening, these are all the options we are currently having. The Hoplark.
I like that can, though.
Double dry hopped. It is neat. Yeah, their design of everything is really good. Double dry hopped Citra sparkling water. We've got the Wiley Roots Brewing Undead Apumpalyptica pumpkin spiced latte barley wine. There are so many things in there that Keith normally does not like that I am very excited for that one. And the Stone Fence cocktail, which I've been teasing for a while. I keep telling people, I'm like, got an autumn themed cocktail coming up. We're going to try and do a few more. Just make sure we have some stuff. Oh, Cope, I ordered some new bitters, actually. The cocktail we have tonight actually also involves a couple bitters that we normally had, the orange and just the Angostura bitters. But then I ordered some black walnut bitters, which I heard is amazing in an old fashioned. I think maybe you've used those before or had talked about them, but I had seen that mentioned a few, so I ordered those. And then I also ordered a chocolate bitters too, which I know you've talked about that one. Got myself a COVID booster yesterday, and I'm feeling fairly crummy at the moment, hoping it resolves after tonight. I bet it will. That's usually how it always goes.
2 weeks ago on Friday, so not quite 2 weeks ago, I had the booster and the flu shot, and I felt a little more, not wiped out, but I think it affected me a little bit more than previous years.
Okay.
It didn't, I still was able to go to work and stuff, but just a little bit of achy and a little bit, I think I took like ibuprofen or something like that, but overall it wasn't bad. But I'm happy to, because you had it obviously, and then also our friends in Vegas, he had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was supposed to be in town like the week he got it. He was supposed to be here visiting he has family here. And unfortunately, it sounds like it, knocked him out for a few days too. So
yeah, like I said, it was just like, for me, it was like I said, I'm always thankful that I get all the shots and do all those things, because obviously it could have been so much worse. But yeah, for me, it was just a really bad like sinus, like head cold, and I thankfully never got like achy and shit. Like I never had any of that stuff. It was just like, ugh, I just, you're blowing your nose, just don't.
One of my coworkers
feel crap, and it just lingers. It's still, like I said, I keep talking about it, so I still have like a little, like the little dry like tickle every once in a while where it's like, gotta go.
He had to get ventilated.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he. So anyway,
got a black walnut stout foam old fashioned at the Evan Williams Distillery. We went to Louisville, and it was phenomenal. Wow, that sounds amazing.
Walnut stout foam.
That's probably one
old
part.
Old fashioned. Okay.
Whew. At the Evan Williams Distillery. I saw Evan Williams does some of their own, like they do some like bitters or like cocktail kind of things, or like, half of a old fashioned kind of thing. Like you can buy those pre-made, because when I was searching, like it's nice. You can actually get a lot of the bitters online at Amazon, because it's not obviously alcohol or anything like that. And you can get, like I said, tons of different neat things there. And then when I was looking at Total Wine, they had, like, that was when I saw some of the Evan Williams stuff, because I was looking around to see what else they had. Because I initially thought I was going to go there, and then I was like, Bash's has the Elijah Craig. I'll just grab that. Because the autumn cocktail that we're having tonight involves some apple cider, some spiced apple cider, and some rye whiskey, and a couple different bitters. So should be interesting. Should be fun.
Have you been to your local supplier for the Weller lately?
I have not.
Okay.
The last time I went was actually probably on my son's birthday, because I ran, it was all of a sudden like late in the game, people were about to be here. I was like, I need this, and I needed something. So I just ran there to get it, and so then I peeked and didn't see anything. I still have not seen much there. Apparently, it was a creation of the bartender who made it for us. At first, when I read the description, I was like, sounds like overcomplicating something simple, but man, it was good. If we've talked about that, that's like, it's like you've got to work really hard to screw up an old fashioned.
That's a good shirt. Overcomplicating something simple.
About beverages?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Wait, no.
Simply overcomplicated. This whiskey's so fine, there's no telling where the rye went. That's all I got. Now I need to make a note of that, though. I like that idea. Where was our other? We had a couple other ideas.
Overcomplicating something simple.
Oh, that's right. I'll put it with this one. The pickling is a fantastic hobby for a middle-aged man.
The what?
Pickling is a fantastic hobby for a middle-aged man. That was a favorite. Space. Sushi, how's it going? It is good to see you. It is wonderful to see you. I'm going to give you a free Robert Loja since you mentioned it. Let's see if it's working. Because you never know these days. Kids these days. Where is it? There it is. Is it working?
This is going to be worse than the time I was stuck behind Robert Loja at the airport.
May I have your name, please?
Robert Loja.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Loja. R as in Robert Loja. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loja. B as in, by God, that's Robert Loja. E as in, everybody loves Robert Loja. R as in, Robert Loja. T as in, Tim, look over there, it's Robert Loja. Space. L as in, look, it's Robert Loja.
Sushi, it is wonderful to see you. Glad you're here. Yeah, but like I said, we've talked about that before. It's like an old fashioned is something you shouldn't make a mistake with, and like you can try and do too much. It's like it's just good.
Yeah,
it's like a little sugar, some bitters, the whiskey. Let all those things shine. You don't need to do a bunch of other stuff. Maybe you add some smoke. You could throw in some scotch or something like that. Maybe you could throw in some Evan Williams foam and do. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I started already doing it. It's so easy to overcomplicate things.
That was the Chet drink. He used to make the Southern Comfort Old Fashioned.
Yeah, which now I think that sounds gross.
It was pretty sweet.
What is Southern Comfort?
It is a type of whiskey.
I feel we should look that up.
There's something else added to.
Okay, I just typed in Southern Comfort and I got 4 porn websites. So hold on, let me type this again. But it's all sibling porn. Southern Comfort is an American naturally fruited flavored whiskey. Oh, gross. Okay. Wikipedia, so it's coming here. Wikipedia's not for sale. Okay. Naturally fruit flavored whiskey liqueur with fruit and spice accents. Proof 180, 70, 60, 42 hike. Why are there so many? I didn't know you could get that in so many different options. SouthernComfort.com. There you go.
Are you of legal drinking age in your location?
Is it weird? So I think it was Planty actually that had sent me a message about. It was like oh, have you had this? And it was like a maple whiskey or what was that one plant? I can't remember. There was something, and it's funny how whenever I see a flavored whiskey, I don't think of ever trying it on the rocks. I immediately think, what would I mix this in to like make like a cocktail or make like I think I sent him. I was like, that sounds like it was salted caramel. It was salted caramel. Like whiskey or whatever. It was 80 proof or whatever. Like, so it wasn't one of those like lower proof ones that sometimes you see. And like my first thought was like, I'm like, that sounds like that'd make an amazing milkshake. And he's like, oh my God. Like, and that's what I like that's salted caramel whiskey. I was like, those are the things I think of first. Like whenever I see any of the flavored whiskeys, it's awful in my opinion, Southern Comfort. And I mean, Baker should know some of the gins that she's had.
Oh
my God. I'm kidding.
So comfort.
What is this? So comfort.
So comfortable.
So comfortable. Yeah, I can't remember the last time. When's the last time you had?
Oh, it's been years. He hasn't made those in a long time. I just remember them around.
He wised up.
Yeah.
He moved on to
but it was a whole,
moved on to the white wine.
The thing that was cool about that was the whole sort of presentation, and kind of like when people ask you to make a drink, people would say, "Hey, make," and it would turn to the name changed into the UC special, and hey, make some specials. So they weren't even, because I think he even put maybe a few more things in there, but it was this whole.
I remember being over there one time for a process. I remember seeing like multiple things. I was like, what is it? I think that was even before I could probably drink. It's been that long. I feel like, at least when maybe. I saw like the thing, because I definitely don't remember, or because normally I'd have been like, yeah, make me one of those, and I don't remember asking for one. So
yeah, it's been quite a while. He hasn't done those in a long time.
Hey, watch it, Bird Dog Caramel Whiskey. There, I could have sworn the word salt wasn't in there. Crocodile. Good afternoon, evening. Good afternoon, evening to you too. I swear it was.
Hey, bird dog, get away from my man.
Yeah. Bird Dog salted caramel flavored whiskey. 80 proof. I mean, the picture says it all.
A bird and a dog.
That's a bird.
That's a bird dog.
That's a bird dog. Those are caramels. Done. Crocodile, how are you doing this evening? Hopefully you are having a good one so far. This is, I think I like the previous one better.
That was a better price even. So that was the
I think that one was
mosaic.
a little, yeah, I
the
think
white can with the turquoisey kind of right. Yeah. I wound up buying another 6-pack of that, and I bought a 6-pack of the other one too. It's just kind of nice sometimes after a couple of beers, I'll just finish with. I want something else. I'm like, I don't want to have another beer. I'll have another one of those, and because this then gives me the flavor.
Oh, I did see that when I was at Tap and Bottle today, they still had more of the tiny S's. Seems like that's not, I think, leaving out of stock. Like I said, I had heard, remember there was so I had bought even myself another one or two, but I should have bought more today, and I forgot to go back to it when I saw it sitting there. That is definitely still one of my favorite sours.
We still had the Violet Beauregard one, the blueberry sour. I
Oh,
still have some
that
of
better
those
be
in
blueberry
in my fridge. And I pulled one out a couple of weeks ago, and it was still. I think it's probably too much beer taste now for Pocket, but it was still pretty good.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
who is that made by? Is that also Prairie?
That's the Blue Van or College. The place in Lake Havasu, I think is.
Who makes the blueberry, the Beauregard one?
It's called like Blue Van or Blue Hill Street Blues or something. No, it's not Hill Street Blues. Hill Street Booze.
Blue Van?
Blue Van wheat.
Beer?
I don't know if it's... There it is. Oh, Big Blue Van. Yeah. Pave paradise. Put up a parking lot.
Wow.
Oh, that's a yellow taxi.
Not a blue van?
Not a blue van.
That would be the opposite. At least it's not like a white van and someone being like,
wow, you can buy a lot
I
of
got
it.
some candy.
$104. Oh,
Big
it's a
blue van
keg.
fruit. Oh, yeah, a keg for $104. Total Wine, no less. Probably not the one by us, though. I don't remember. We haven't podcasted on that one, though, have we? Did we just have that?
No.
I feel like
maybe I brought one
had that
over, or I know when I did, because when I first bought it at Tap and Bottle, they're like, this tastes like, smart or sweet tarts. And
Okay.
It did. It was really good. It was and that was Pocket's favorite until Tiny S came out.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, that was okay. That's why you have a few of those. That was the previous favorite.
Yeah, I had
Gotcha.
bought that. Yep.
Do you think
Stocked
anything
up
will
on
ever rival that one? Like, do you think there'll ever
The
be like
S's? I don't know. This maybe someday, but not right now.
just knowing that flavor profile? Like, I don't know what, like we always talk about, when we used to have I always still to this day think about the Left Hand Brewing, the milk stout, where it was like, oh, just a little more, everything was good. We just wanted a little more body, but it was so good. Like, what else?
The milk stout or the
Left Hand Brewing, the Fade to Black.
Oh, Fade to Black.
The Fade to Black,
okay.
the volume 2 or whatever it was.
Yep.
Ellie, how's it going? Hi, Bevy, and hi, Sexier Bevy. Wow. Wow, thanks. Surprised to see the podcast on a Wednesday. Yeah, we had to shift around just a little bit and actually wanted to make sure we got one in after everything that had been going on. So, yeah, a little early Wednesday podcasting. Good to see you, though. But, like, what, like when you think about, like, oh, this is my favorite, like,
yeah.
What else would you find that would then rival that flavor or do something even more that would make like the Pocket I can't
I
even
guess
think
if
what
it
that
was
would be.
even just those flavors ramped up,
But they're already so strong. Like,
I know,
then it would
they're
almost be
already
like,
so-
oh, it's too sweet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or it would turn into
No,
too
I mean,
sweet.
she
and
likes
tart.
the ones that taste just like the berries. We had that the one that
Oh,
she
the
really
spicy
liked.
pickle monsters back in stock.
I saw that. That would not be for
No,
Pocket.
I
But
almost
yeah,
bought one of those. I
saw
forgot
that.
about that too.
Well, because that's why I think maybe we have done. Maybe it wasn't a show. Maybe it was just something we opened with. But for some reason, I thought we did Prairie's like pumpkin pie sour.
That's
And after when he first said it, I was like, "Ooh, from Prairie." And then when I was sitting in the car texting you, when I sent you the picture, I was like, "Wait a minute, I wonder if we've had that."
Oh, you said Prairie. That's Total Wine. Why are we not number one when I type that in? What is going on? Sushi.
Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Sushi, thank you for the gifted sub to Ellie. I appreciate that. That is very, very kind. Ellie, unfortunately, you are stuck with some emotes from us right now. Thanks to Sushi. Blame her. Don't blame us. Thank you, Sushi. I appreciate that. That is very, very kind. Oh, that's it right there.
Yes.
Pumpkin pie treat.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have done that. I'll have to go to the okay, I'll have to look at that.
We did.
Not the emotes for it. There you go. Look at that. Got some glasses banging together there. Should we go grab a beer?
I think we should. This one, I guess we should do that before the...
I'm assuming.
because the other one's going to have rye and a lot of spices from the... So I think we'll be okay.
I mean, there is a lot. I hadn't thought about it. There is a lot of flavors going on, and that's in this one. But
we'll need a palate cleanser.
We'll just have some water afterwards. I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. We're going to go grab our first beverage, or I should say, second beverage of the evening, first podcast of the evening. Let me get all that stuff going. And like I said, if you want to know all the things that we're having, we just had the hop water from Hoplark, which is pretty good. I like the one that we previously had a little bit better, but they all have been pretty tasty. This is the Wiley Roots Brewing Undead Apumpalyptica Pumpkin Spiced Latte Barley Wine.
It's a lot to say. I'm glad you're saying it.
I've already said it twice. I'm glad you do the introductions though when we do the podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
The word that I kept knowing I was going to have trouble with is the Apumpalyptica.
Apumpalyptica.
Oh, you did pretty good there. That was
I don't want to think about it too much.
So we've got that going on, and then the Stone Fence cocktail later on in the evening, which will be involving some rye whiskey, some bitters, and some spiced apple cider. So kind of a fall autumn cocktail, even though it does not feel like that here in Southern Arizona. Sushi can also attest to that. If Paco was here, she would say the same thing. Still a little on the warmer side, but we're going to pretend. It sucks too because I'm in the mood for stews and soups.
Well, you could eat them in this room.
It's got to turn it down like in the 60s in here. I've never actually turned it down like super. I wonder how cold I could get it in here. I don't want to break it.
Yeah, no, don't break
it. But I
it.
wonder though how cold I actually could get it. Yeah. It's still summer. I know, Sushi, and it sucks. It's October. Mid-October should not be summer. I was already trying to think of if there was some place go out of town, not out of town, but just drive. We used to do pumpkin picking stuff, little festival and whatever. I was like, where could I go where it'd actually be cool within 2 hours of here? Because you don't want to go too crazy.
Yeah.
But I couldn't really think of anything.
2 hours, no. I mean, it gets up to...
Because you used to go to Cottonwood, some of you go to Cottonwood or, you can go to some other places. But
now, so
it's just not enough. But anyway, conversation for another time. We're going to go grab the beer, grab some new glasses, and we will be right back. We are back. Thank you all for hanging out. Secret, is good to see you. No, I do not know what I need to do. What I need is an adult. Oh, wait, I am an adult. Well, I can't help you then.
I think that's a response to our little message.
I know.
When we go to break.
That's true. You do know what you need to do. You don't need an adult.
You didn't know.
You knew exactly what to do. You're fine. Did you make any more attempts? Secret has been working on a top secret ham glaze.
A top secret ham glaze?
Yeah, little ham.
There was such a thing, but okay. All right. That's how secretive it is.
That's how
no one even
is.
knows.
That's right.
That it could be happening.
He doesn't even know. He's still working on it. Sounded like he got the spice mixture good the other day, so that was what he was excited about. Because I suggested, I was like, well, Alton Brown has a really good recipe with the Dr. Pepper and have you ever seen that? He did.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, he did a ham glaze. He's like, well, I could do that, but that's not mine. Okay. I was like, all right then, go ahead.
Could riff off of that, I guess, but.
No, really top secret, but it's in progress. Okay.
Did you ever watch the cooking shows with Michael Chiarello? He just passed away of something. 61, had an allergic reaction. He was in the hospital.
That name is super
for a week. I used to like his shows. You probably recommend.
Yes. Yeah, I used to watch. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Severe allergic reaction. Yeah. Yeah,
he had no known allergies before death, and then
I know. Yeah. No, I liked watching his shows. He just was kind of casual and laid back, and it was in Napa, and so
that's
it was a
what
little
it was.
More,
yeah,
Napa style or something like that, and so that always kind of appealed to me, that setting where he was. But he has his own restaurants, and I think a line of oils and stuff like that. So
for massage and stuff
yeah, massage oils. Yeah.
How come chefs don't combine those two things? We make olive oil for cooking, but we also make it for muscle relaxation.
That's right.
Get your rub down while you're getting your rub down.
Oh man!
Come on, there's something there. They need to do it. Oh man. Did get a small 5-pound bone-in ham placeholder for trying the new glaze out. Nice. Well, you'll have to let me know how it works. Definitely at the very least get it. Yeah, exactly. Muscle relaxation. Some of these muscles are relaxing, some are stiffening.
Oh,
there we go.
okay.
Oh man. Is that a vinaigrette? I'm gonna try something experimental this time. Sorry, I don't know. That turns into the Kramer. I prepared it while I bathed all of a sudden.
Oh yeah.
If you're making like salad dressing, but also like rub down. Can you help me relax my muscles? I'm so tight. Exactly. Get out the olive oil. Where is it? All right. We are going to record a podcast this evening. We do this on occasion. Sometimes on Thursdays, sometimes on Wednesdays, apparently.
That's whenever the mood strikes us.
That's right.
Yes.
But when don't we?
When don't? Never at dusk.
Exactly. Never at dusk.
Although, getting close to dusk.
It's almost dusk. We got to hurry up. It's my birthday today. Cheers, Crocodile.
Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Crocodile says it's his birthday. It's not my birthday to you. It's my unbirthday to you.
Yeah.
Could go that route.
Could go that. That's right.
There you go. There you go. You get a little song for your birthday.
Cheers.
Crocodile, cheers to you. But anyway, so we're going to record a podcast. I'm going to take a few things off of the screen.
And make sure you put the name of that beer up here somewhere.
Oh.
Oh, it's called Undead Apumpalyptica?
Undead.
Apumpalyptica.
So you've got it.
Apumpalyptica.
I'm going to do 6 grams of ground clove. Oh, you're getting it. Oh my gosh, she's giving out the recipe. 6 grams of ground clove.
we shouldn't
9
look.
grams.
It's a
Oh,
secret.
oh God. It's
No,
like
oh,
it's
no.
like the Ark, the Covenant. Also, they're like, oh God.
Unsend it. Unsend.
Secret, take it away.
Unsend.
9 grams of cinnamon, 5 grams of fresh ginger, 14 grams of light brown sugar, 18 grams of dark brown sugar, 8 fluid ounces of cola, sec fluid. Incorporating the Dr. Pepper. I see how it goes. I like the light brown sugar and the dark brown sugar. That always gives a nice little extra depth. A very merry birthday to all of you. A very merry on a birthday to you.
I don't know what that is, but
it's
I
from
like.
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
On birthday
I don't
stuff.
think I've ever seen Alice in Wonderland.
It's good. It's weird as hell, but it's good.
Okay.
Have you ever been on the ride at Disneyland?
I think so. Somewhere back in the
Where
day.
you ride in the little caterpillar like around, and then it goes
Oh my
kind of goes
goodness.
in and out of the side of the thing, and then it's just one of the older ones, so it's kind of,
Yeah,
which I know
like
you guys
Mr.
didn't
Toad's
usually
Wild
do.
Ride, and
Yeah, it's like
that's,
those.
yeah, and the Peter Pan one. I like
that
those.
one's like because you go up in the
Yeah.
air, it's kind of cool, and then there's like the off with their head. There's just all that stuff.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I
Okay,
did do that one or not. Huh.
we do those ones now too. Did you guys ever do Peter Pan? I remember us talking.
Oh,
about
we
that.
like the Peter Pan one.
Okay, I remember
Yeah,
us
that's
telling
fun.
you. I don't remember if you guys had done it or hadn't. I was like, oh no, you guys.
Pocket
I know it's
had,
such a
I'm
terrible line, but like
sure.
go. And they've done so much revamping now. It's like it's actually probably
We
the
haven't
best
been
of
there in
those older
6
rides.
years, so we go. Definitely, I want to go back again.
Well, what are you doing November 15th?
Well, that's what Pocket actually said. Would we consider and well, it's probably a little tight with work and stuff like that. So,
let's come out for a couple days.
but yeah,
Do
it's tempting. I do want to go back again. Actually, I think Ben and Paul want to go again too. So, we said, well, maybe
Paul.
we'll take them. So,
They didn't have root beer that I was okay to get. Gotcha. I tried to get craft style, and they had was Barks and A&W. Understood.
A&W Root Beer's
Understood.
got that frosty mug taste.
That's true. Barks has bite.
Okay.
Maybe that would have been a little good something to tie into the ginger. Who knows? Who knows? You're the expert on that, though. I don't do the ham glazes very often. All right, podcast. That's what we're doing, right?
Do it.
Do it right, child. I got my pockets red on you. Got my pockets red. It's my favorite thing in the world. We're like,
We're starting.
we just
Okay.
stare. Actually, oh wait, no, the glass are low enough.
Oh,
you
do we
can't even see
have
'em.
do we have orange? Do we have pumpkin background?
Oh wait, I think I do. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. I still should
Gotta
have
have that. I maybe put it up when we
Should I do it when the glassware comes up? What do you want? I do
Or
have it here. I don't
maybe-
even know what it is. I can't even remember.
say it. Maybe that could be part of our intro here.
Ooh, good call.
So
Not the pre-bottled A&W. If you get it at their restaurants, it's mixed with vanilla. Oh, interesting. Did not know that. Although we were talking about root beer the other day.
it's hard to believe, but it is already October.
Yeah, it's one of those things here in Southern Arizona that it does not feel that way, but I like in my head, like I'm like, I want it to feel like fall. I want cooler temperatures and harvest things.
Yes.
And
If only we had something to make us feel like we were surrounded. Ah! Oh my goodness.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
Keith, it is your favorite time of year. It's pumpkin season.
I do like October.
Okay. I noticed he skipped over the pumpkin when I said it.
It looks like I have weird orange behind my head.
You mention that every time we use this graphic.
That's probably right. I used to have an olive sticking out of my head.
That's true. Yeah, for
sticking out of my
many
neck,
years.
and now, that's okay. I'll take it.
But yeah, it is that time of year when we bring on some other new pumpkin options, pumpkin beers, whether they're like, we used to be very strict about them only being made with pumpkin. That is becoming a little more difficult to find because we have tried so many different pumpkin beers. So we have expanded a little bit to at least if they have proper spices, pumpkin spices, maybe some new styles we never even thought would work with that type of thing. Yeah, this is that time of year when I, like I said, bring those to the table, torture my brother just a little bit. And with this one in particular, we're adding on another layer of flavor that he is usually not a fan of as well.
That's true. That's true.
All of that is what we have for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Undead Apumpalyptica Pumpkin Spiced Latte Barley Wine Style Beer from Wiley Roots Brewing Company out of
Colorado. I have to look at the actual city where that's out of, but yes, I quickly saw Colorado when I had it up earlier when I was checking them out. This is a new brewery to me completely. Our local tap and bottle, which we love always going and shopping because of the amazing assortment of things that they have there, had 4 beers that are all in the same line. They have multiple beers that are this Undead Apumpalyptica. I've said it now. I was fine before we did the show, and now I can't say it. But yeah, so they have a bunch of. They have like a pecan one. I think they have one that is like pretty much just a little bit more than normal. But they were all barley wine, so there wasn't even an option to pick something else. And I had already told Keith about this one. This one has marshmallow in it, along with cold brew coffee.
I'm looking forward to this.
And the barley wine and the pumpkin spices. So many layers of odd flavors here. I am very excited to try this. Should I get it out of the fridge?
I think you should.
Okay.
I've had something from Wiley Roots before, but I don't know exactly what. But I have had something from them.
I know the Roadrunner usually tries to avoid them.
Yes. Well, no, the Roadrunner, yes, it tries to avoid Wiley.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I actually like the barley wine style of ale. I am also a big fan of when they're going to bring 11% ABV to the table as well. But you usually
barley wine, not so much. The one that we always joke about that I like the most is the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, the Bigfoot barley wine,
is, right? The one that tastes probably the least like a barley wine. Although I did read about something with somewhere it was recommended, that beer was recommended even recently again as being, I forgot what the article I was reading, but the fact that came up, I was like, you know what? Let me try one of those again as well.
Now, the other one
we're trying this.
Yeah, and the other one we used to really like, it is not made anymore. It was part of the Stone Brewing Company, their Odd Beers for Odd Years. They had a smoked barley wine that I think also maybe used a Belgian yeast. Like, so it was also kind of like a slightly different, but that one was like 11.2%. And that one was, I loved it. And I know you liked, like you were like, this one's pretty good. Like, this is good.
Yeah.
Are you going to buy one? No. But it was one that I bought multiple of those.
And Stone is not Stone anymore.
It is not. I have been still happy. Like I said, this conversation came up in chat the other day. If you guys watch us on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, join us for a live show sometime, usually most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. A discussion had come up where we were talking about those breweries once they get bought out. Do you just immediately kick them to the curb? Do you keep trying them to see if, hey, are they maintaining quality? And then once they don't maintain the quality, then of course you'd want to go differently. But like, I'm not going to immediately just say, well, that's not good anymore just because they've been sold out. Obviously, you kind of want to, and so far Stone has been that way. Lagunitas has been pretty good. Like I said, there's been a lot of breweries that have been solid in that way. When it comes to that. But yeah, so finally time to kick the can, dare I say, on a barley wine and a pumpkin spiced beer as well.
Combining a few of my favorite things.
Yeah, exactly. To the aroma?
Absolutely.
Tonight's Wednesday, or did we time travel? It is Wednesday, Guardian Down. We're doing an extra special early day for the podcasting. It's good to see you. How did everything go today? But yeah, we have not only that, we have like, oh, where's the button? This is here. You can check this out. There's all the things we're having, but this is the main goofy one this evening. Whoops, went too far back. There we go. Found my way. Frosty, I was expecting you to start about now. I know. That's why I tried to alert everyone. Most Thursdays, but never Wednesdays. Very true. Very true. You've only missed out on one beverage, though, Frosty, and we've just started on this one, so it's...
And you're in time for the wonderful background.
That, too. You're in time for this wonderful...
for the rest of the show, actually, because we got the
if you
fall-inspired cocktail.
Yeah.
There was another one, too, wasn't it, where we were like, it was like totally pumpkin from one of our... It was like...
Possibly.
I like that also, too, the glasses have the orange. That's what the fill of the beverage in the glass is. And it looks orange, like when you remove that.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of cool,
I hadn't
too.
thought about that.
Yeah.
That was a nice accidental tweak there.
Accidental tweak.
I have to look. Is there actually, does it mention? No. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
You're like, yes.
Smells really good.
It does. I'm honestly surprised. I'm going to say there is a deft hand when combining all of these things together.
Yeah.
I figured one of them would really stand out, but they don't. It is quite the balance for me. I get a little bit of the coffee. I actually get a little bit of chocolate in there too.
Yeah.
I don't know about the marshmallow per se.
I think there's a sweetness in there.
There is, so that's probably it. Like assuming a light vanilla kind of marshmallow thing. The pumpkin spices are very well layered in there.
Right on.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
No, this actually smells fantastic.
I'm worried that there's nowhere to go but
yes,
down
that
with
is
this.
Definitely always
I'll be
a
happy
worry
if
on
we
this.
made just even one notch would be okay, because this is, that aroma is, that should be a candle.
It's not a bad idea. Wiley, if you're listening to us, you can have that idea. To the taste?
Yeah.
Did you have the podcast last Thursday? Did you watch the game, or was the game on while podcasting? Neither. We actually did not podcast last week. We did not podcast last week. This is the first time we podcasted in about 3 weeks. Pretty much due to illness.
And media unit installation. The following day.
Yeah, that's true. We were already planning on that. And
that one we knew about.
Yeah, that one we knew about, and then there was 2 more weeks of the.
That was the week we wouldn't have anyways because of that.
Yeah,
that was the Wednesday you
exactly
sent the text. Yeah, saying so.
You ready?
I am.
I think I am too.
I am.
All right.
That's delicious.
That is really good. Holy business, that is really good.
I think the barley wine component gives it like body, so that it feels like there's
a
pumpkin-y,
viscosity and
I don't think
heaviness.
this has pumpkin in it.
I don't believe it does. That was kind of the only thing I was initially bummed at, like I said, because we do like it when they actually have pumpkin in there. There is a difference, I believe. But yeah, go on with the barley wine.
Well, but I was gonna so you have that extra body and that thickness, the alcohol, and so those absorb and let some of the spices shine through, and that is really good.
Yeah, and the coffee even comes through just a little, like bit. It's everything is in a perfect balance. I honestly think, and the coffee is dialed back a little bit, but it's also kind of just one of those nice little kind of undernotes, whatever you want to say. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love the body. Love like literally everything. This is really good. Yeah. And surprisingly, I will look it up. I'll put it down in the comments or the show information or whatever. I don't think this was super expensive either. Like, I think it was like, again, I know that's all relative to everybody.
Right.
I want to say it was maybe around $5 for this 11% can, but like I said, I will double check, or I'll put it up on the screen right here. So that's how much it was right there.
Okay.
Can you believe it's that price?
That's hard to believe.
I'm just kidding. I will put it up on the screen. But anyway, yeah, no, this is this is really delicious.
Yeah. Wow.
Does this make you actually want to buy one of these?
It actually does.
Oh my God.
No, I will hopefully get the tap and bottle within the next.
They had a
couple
good amount of
days,
stock of
so
these because
we'll
they had different ones. So maybe you could even try a different one.
Try a different one.
Yeah, we might even try a different one of these next week.
But that didn't even really, to me, it maintained that level of expectation and maybe even went up another bit because that body is there that just gives it that little bit extra. So, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is really, really good. Unfortunately, like we talked about how like we were hoping it wouldn't go down too much. Probably slightly down from that is our website AboutBeverages.com.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, but you will be able to find the review here probably in the next week or so, as you can find everything that we have done for over a decade on the website, whether it was podcast reviews, news, recipes, all those kinds of things. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily beer, like I said, all kinds of things, but tons of pumpkin beers.
Right.
If you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, a lot of them not even available anymore. I was shocked, quick aside here, that when I was at Tap and Bottle and speaking with Jason there, he actually remembered the Ballast Point Pumpkin Down.
Oh, okay.
I was shocked.
And he doesn't like pumpkin.
No, but I was like, yeah, Ballast Point used to have a Scotch. He's like, oh, the Pumpkin Down. I was like, you did not think someone's gonna be able to pull that out of their back pocket.
Well done.
But that was always a good one. But yeah, this is absolutely delicious. Definitely take a look for that. And follow us on our website. And also drop on over to YouTube where you can hit the subscribe button and find all of the latest videos if you only want that kind of content. Audio can be found on your favorite podcasting apps, Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify. Take your pick. Go search for About Beverages, and you'll probably find us somewhere, along with some other things too, right?
Are they still the three?
I mean, we're going to keep those same three. I know it's been a little bit, but we'll probably keep the same three.
Just making sure. The three pillars of social media, which for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often, or X, or whatever it's called.
Not Twitter.
Everyone
still calls it Twitter.
Twitter. All right, good. That's what we use most of all to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which even though today is Wednesday, we do most Thursday, but we do throw a Wednesday evening every once in a while.
Never know.
There. To keep all of us on our toes and bring maybe in some new people that aren't available Thursdays for whatever reason, or maybe choose, they pick the football games over us, which we
can't
would
blame
too.
them.
Yeah,
I can't blame them. We sometimes are watching that in the side. So,
but the Wednesdays or Thursdays, or mostly Thursdays, so then get together, hang out, try some beverages, and just have some good chat and some fun. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what beverages he will be having while he is doing that. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a pumpkin shot. That didn't sound right.
It's not fine.
Jack-o'-lantern. Wait.
Whoa, Jesus.
Whoa, wait.
Ellie might be interested about that.
You should give it a jack-o'-lantern.
Settle down. You both look disgusted. No, I think it was more shock, at least for me initially. Like I was kind of like, wait, am I tasting? Because initially I was like, am I getting the coffee? And then I was like, okay, well, there's the coffee. Like it was taking me a second to kind of appreciate like all the different flavors and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that is
just a lot of good flavor.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, they had a pumpkin one. They had this one. Or not pumpkin. Sorry, a pecan one, this one, and there was two others. I cannot remember what they were, and they had a decent stock. But I would probably recommend, with how the other pumpkin beers were selling out so quick, probably go take a look at that. Podcast question, podcast answer, Frosty. What do you got?
Podcast answer forthcoming.
Also, Planty, I will mention to you right away. Be careful if you let Frosty clean out your vault. He'll probably tell you to delete things that you probably should keep. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. If you enjoy using the weapon, keep it. Don't trust him on everything. Must have misread the reaction. Definitely the aroma I liked right away, and I think it was more just trying to figure it out.
You could be eating my dust all day, Slowpoke.
And you might be eating that's gonna.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
The finger whip into this is what always like, oh my God, that kills me every time. What do you usually? No. I'm just saying. I'll keep that note. I'm like I said, if you feel a certain way about something, Frosty's good helping out, like kind of sometimes making you make some hard cuts when it comes to your Destiny Vault, but he'll also try and encourage you a little bit toward things that maybe you should keep. I'm just saying, keep some variety there. There's some things that he would have had me delete that I used in some of the latest day one content and was glad that I kept them.
That would be great if somehow you could get rid of my head and that pumpkin would be on me like Ichabod Crane, be like the headless horseman.
I actually should. Okay.
There you go. Oh, I like it though.
Oh, do you want it up there for the rest of the show? Like, I can put it back if we do the next cocktail. Okay.
I'm fine. Yeah, I like
You're fine.
it.
You want
I
it?
like it
Okay.
because it's something different.
Okay.
And I
All
love
right.
the orange in the glasses. It's perfect. That's what was naturally, I think, happened there. But what do you two do after the podcast? Not too much.
Oh, whenever you were done with the actual recording party. Pretty much this is it. Like I said, we get the podcast recorded. I kind of tie up a few loose ends around here. Then we part ways.
Oh my goodness.
Cozy, thank you for the raid.
Holy.
Oh my God. That is super, super kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is very, very nice. Thank you.
62 is a big number.
62 is a large number. Oh my gosh. Bona, continuing the subscription that Frosty gave him. He's on month 9 of 12.
All right.
Hitting the button. Thanks to Frosty for the gifted sub. Bona, thank you for continuing that sub and hanging out. Appreciate it. Cozy, thank you so much for the raid. If you guys are not following the Big Cozy Couch, which is, as the name implies, a large cozy couch that is wonderful for sitting on. Shockingly. Make sure you guys are following them. Allison and Blake, they're absolutely fantastic. They play a lot of Destiny, Baldur's Gate, a lot of different variety of things. Wonderful hanging out in their streams, just chilling, conversing, all those kinds of things. Please go drop them a follow right now. If the heart at the top of the screen is purple, you need to turn it green. If it's already green, you are good to go. So yeah, definitely do that. If that heart has already gone away here, which it does in a minute, I'm going to do the old school shout out as well, because I hate that thing goes away so quickly, because our love for the person that dropped in with the raid, it does not go away that quickly. So if it is gone already for some strange reason, right click on the link I put in chat, open up a tab, and hit the follow button. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for coming in. You have joined us on a podcast evening. Like I said, obviously a lot of gameplay during the week, but my brother and I do a weekly podcast-ish.
Weekly-ish.
Mostly weekly.
Sometimes life gets in the way.
Yeah, usually it's Thursday evenings, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. If you guys are new here and just came in, my name is Andrew.
And I am Keith.
And like I said, we are About Beverages. We started this the website over a decade ago.
2008, 2009.
So
I believe we had to look at the actual date.
Yeah, lots of
Got a birthday
podcasts
coming up or beginning of next year.
That's true. Will we be at a year? Or will we be at a decade and a half?
I think so. I know.
Oh my God.
2024.
So much content, and most of it still pretty good. Yeah.
Most of it.
As we like to say. Still solid
and
enough.
Almost all of it about beverages. As weird as that may seem.
I know, shocking, right? But yeah, we do this podcast. Like I said, if you're interested in finding out any of the other things that we do and want to see any of that stuff, shameless plugs abound right there. YouTube is a great place to follow to find all of our beverage podcasting, our full length podcasts. Like if you miss out on the shows that we do on Thursdays, you can come check out the full recordings the following Monday. And then usually a smaller podcast goes up on Thursday as well as our live show here. So yeah, check out lots of stuff if you are interested at all. But yeah, appreciate you guys all coming in. Thank you so much for the raid. That is super, super nice. Also, Microwaves Rat. That sounds terribly painful. Thank you for the follow.
At least for the rat.
At least for the rat. That's true.
Yeah.
How was the Hoplark?
It was good. I mean, I'm pretty much a fan of everything they do that I've had, at least. You preferred a previous one to this one. They're all they're fairly similar, I think, in what they do. But this one to me seemed a little more bitter.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a problem with. So no, they're all good. I haven't had something bad from them yet. I like their hop teas. Their hop teas are really good. We've done the hibiscus. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about this with Cozy the other day.
The regular, they've got the chamomile, they've got the black tea, they've got a green tea. So those are quite tasty. Good options.
Yeah, the sparkling waters, like I said, we've had a couple of them now. Have been good. Do you like IPAs? that would kind of be like the first part. Like I said, so if you don't,
Yes, you have to like that bitter.
so you kind of have to like a little bit of the bitterness,
Yeah.
a little bit of like what you would get with an IPA if you either like, a little bit more on the fruity side or it's herbal.
Yeah.
That's what's going to come through, and then it is fairly refreshing after that. So if you're interested, definitely don't buy them from the website. We talked about this earlier. Their website is a little more expensive. If you can find them in your area, they should only be a couple bucks a can or a little bit less.
Yeah.
But on the website, they're a little more expensive. A hoppy non-alcoholic beverage. It is 100% that. It is 100% that. Guardian Down. Oh my God. 25 months at a tier 3. Guardian Down, thank you for hitting up the hype train there with the tier 3 25 months. All right. Got to stretch here. Got to get ready. Crocodile, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. We know Bevy likes bitter things. Otherwise, why would I still be here?
Vincent.
We happy?
Yeah, we happy.
Crocodile, thank you for the 100 bits. And that's for Frosty right there. Frosty, sorry, I'll get back to some of your comments too in just a second. Sorry, going through some stuff. Guardian Down. Life is good, not with a pout. It's Wednesday night. Let's grab a stout. This sub message might be a little shorter, so let's grab a porter. Not really here for Andrew to have a brew. Mostly enjoy Keith time.
Wow.
That's it. Fuck off and don't get stuck in this gulf. The rest of that didn't rhyme quite as much as I thought it was going to, but Guardian Down, appreciate you. Thank you for thank you for the resub. Appreciate you. Orca, it's good to see you. How's it going? Wonderful to see you. Thank you
there's
for
a
hitting
hype
into the
train
hype train.
going again.
A hype train is going right now. Appreciate you guys for starting that and getting that going. And again, thank you once again very much to the Big Cozy Couch for the raid. That was super, super nice. I need to scroll back up for a second because I know Frosty.
Sit on a big cozy couch.
Afternoon, everybody.
Oh, it's so delightful. All right, Planty.
What's happening, Norm?
Well, it's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
I shouldn't have scrolled. Oh, there they are. That took a second. I was like, oh no, I shouldn't have scrolled up. They're gone. Planty, thank you for the 5 gifted subs to the chat. That is super, super nice. Planty with the gifted sub to Vex D1, Brothers for Life getting a sub. Nice. Red Nation Xbox Live. That is really specific. Sarah Bear and Jacob getting some subs. That is super, super nice. Hitting up to the level 4 hype train. That is super, super cool. Podcast ends. You go separate ways and probably eat then. What is the podcast ritual? Yeah, at least for me. So
Yeah.
I usually have a little something kind of middle of the day, a little bit later. And then, like I said, we do the podcasting stuff. And like I said, our time, at least, normally we're done by about 7:30. We'll be finished more like 6:30 tonight because we started earlier. But normally finish around 7:30. Go separate ways. Yeah, I don't know what you do. I eat.
Yeah. And then drive home and have a little something to eat and then get to bed because I got to go to work usually the next morning. So
You have the early rising shift like almost all the time?
lately I've been getting the 6 o'clocks. Yeah. So it's been good.
Sushi, thank you for the 100 bits. That is very, very kind. Appreciate it.
Vincent.
We happy?
Yeah, we happy.
I would have expected you both to split bread and have a meal. We should do that sometimes. So I don't know what...
Well, maybe someday we'll do the Super Seducer again. We used to do that too.
That is what we used
would
to-
podcast, and then we would we'd say, all right, everyone, it's about to get really crazy. And we'd do that. But
we actually did play video. The only other game I had talked about lately that I thought would be kind of fun a while back, remember I talked about the LA Confidential or LA Noir.
Oh yeah, we
whatever
did one
it was.
day. We did
LA
one of
Noir.
that.
Yeah, I think we did like a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Super Seducers. It was super fun. I wish those VODs are not around anymore. We did not play. The newest one seemed like it got kind of a lot of bad reviews and not for the right ways you'd want to do that. But the first couple were very funny. Guardian Down, keeping this sub going. I wonder what the sub train is going for on this one because I know you've done this one before. Guardian Down, thank you for the gift sub to Mithrax Touched Me. Mithrax is the name of a character in Destiny.
Okay.
So that's why it sounds dirty and kind of weird.
All right.
Guardian Down, thank you for the gifted sub too.
Come on, Mithrax touched me, babe.
Can't you see that I am not afraid? 8 months. Oh my God.
Pre-podcast ritual. I usually get here half an hour or so before we go live, and we just kind of catch up a little bit. And
sometimes we try and stop talking. Because we'll actually literally start talking about either beverages or different things we've done
like,
or whatever
we need
else.
to save that.
Yeah, and I'll literally Keith will literally say, I should save that for the podcast. We literally we'll stop ourselves from having conversations. So That's why we don't hang out.
Catch
too
up on
early.
family stuff off air. And,
I usually do a little of that.
And then just a little preparation, and then get psyched to go live.
Karaoke night. I mean, you never know. You never know.
You could, charcuterie board would be just fine for that.
A charcuterie board and a snack on it in between beverages or before
Usually there's
or after.
Ruffled potato chips in between.
That is true. Yeah, usually Keith is a sucker for the potato chips.
I do love chips.
And amazingly how much you love just a plain chip too.
But I do like the ridged, but that's sea salt, Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah.
So, and my favorite Trader Joe chips are coming on the 23rd, and this year there's going to be a stuffing popcorn. So we'll see. We'll see. Your favorite chip turned into a popcorn as well.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things. Trader Joe's does these. They are literally called. What are they called? Are they called stuffing?
Holiday. No. They're called stuffing kettle chips. Yeah.
Yeah. It literally tastes like the best, like 3 Thanksgiving stuffing you've ever had. Like they're so good. It's just like perfect blend of spices.
You've been talking a lot though.
I have. I poured myself a little bit more because I figured, because of the alcohol and stuff. But yeah, so that's pretty much the ritual. Like I said, as soon as we're done here, like I said, tonight, since we're starting a little earlier, I'm actually going to make dinner afterwards. But yeah, usually that is like the one night a week. Usually we don't do fast food too often. I'll usually go like grab fast food or something, come back and kind of, like I said, just hang out, watch some TV with my wife or whatever else. But try and relax a little bit. What the heck is that? Ecark or Ika Arc? It's probably Ika Arc, isn't it?
Ika.
What do you think? I bet it is based on the extra capital there. Ika Arc, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm sure I butchered it right at first, but it's okay. I still appreciate it. Thank you very much for the follow. That is very, very kind. Also, Guardian Down, thank you for the gifted sub to Plowing Wives and Dirt. That sounds like some
farmer,
sort of,
maybe?
I was going to say, that sounds like
a fornicating farmer.
Wow. That sounds like the punchline to some sort of joke. Sounds like the punchline is some sort of joke. Guardian Down, thank you for that. And also, guys, thank you for the hype train. That was super nice. Yeah.
Probably shouldn't go any farther with that one.
Pruned the hedges of many. We can skip to that part.
Small villages.
Of many small villages. Yeah, we can skip to that. These flipping names on Twitch, I tell you. Make it a brothers event. I mean,
brothers for life.
Idea for the future, take turns on the food. We have... I'm trying to think what did we used to...
Well, back in the day when I used to work at the other store, I think I brought over Subway once or twice.
Did that a couple times. We never ate during the podcast.
No, that can be. We've done that before, and that does not necessarily go over well.
Just because, it's kind of a lot of either one of us eat, or even if you're good about it, then one person's back from the microphone and doing so that part's
we've done I think I brought some chips over once or something. We did that. I think maybe we did a brandy, or we did a bourbon tasting, and we had some chocolate or something one time. But that may be we did some tasting stuff like that. Yeah. The only thing we have talked about, like I said, if we ever wind up doing some sort of charity event thing where we did okay, we're doing this and it's like a marathon of beverage, then we would have to eat. Then we would eat or do something like that, which Twitch I think would still be fun. Twitch sings. Yeah, those were Lurk, fun. Dinner time, y'all be lurking. Cozy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing everybody in here. That is very, very kind. Thank you so much for the lurk, and thank you for you guys both being you. You guys are awesome. Folded foods taste better. I do like a good folded food. Okay. Like a calzone. Like a folded food, a taco. You got the Ben Wyatt thing from Parks and Rec. He likes his calzone.
I did finally try the other day. We got Little Caesars when we weren't feeling well. We ordered in Little Caesars pizzas, to have them delivered. Okay. And I got that new one, the what is it, the fourth quarter calzone. Have you seen the commercial for that? It looks like a plus sign, but it's like they kind of fold. Yeah. It's okay.
Okay.
I don't think it wasn't super expensive, but that wasn't worth it. Seems like a good way to have the podcast and brother time to have it be consistent. Yeah, something like that would be nice. If we did a longer something to make the day even better. I mean, I saw something, not to bring the mood down. I saw something the other day, and it was speaking about spending time with family and loved ones. When you actually think about, once you move out, the amount of days you actually spend with your family over the rest of your lifetime, and how small a number it is.
You mean your prior?
Like, because you're with, like, because they were talking specifically about your mom and dad, but it could be anybody, any family member, friend, whatever else. Like for those first 18 years, like it's, every day you're seeing them, whatever. And like, then once you're 20, 21, like I said, how it used to be, you'd move out or whatever. And then after that, like they were saying, the number is like, after you've done all those days, you have 80 more days that you'll probably, like on average, like because of either a holiday or a birthday, like even if you see them that often, of actually getting together, seeing them face to face. You think about like the few times, like obviously we have a different situation here, but a lot of people, when they've moved out, they move away, they whatever, so they come back just for, so it's like, you think about that. It's not even like a year's more worth of time. Yeah. And it's just, like that's the thing where you think about, like, then that's how important those moments are for sure. Folded foods are great. Tacos are the best folded, especially the pink ones. Oh my God, why did I even read that? Son of a bitch, Guardian down. I miss baby pan pans from Little Caesars. Oh, I don't even remember those. 1 slice of pepperoni per cube. Oh, I do kind of remember that. I do remember that. I wasn't trying to say that, but that was an implication. Remember the implication.
The implication. That's right.
No, I know you weren't Frosty, but that's what it always makes me think of, is like, you always want to make the most out of whatever time you have together with anybody, whether it's, like I said, friends, family, all that kind of stuff. It is important. And that's why it's even better to make those decisions of like, oh God, this is giving me stress. It's like, don't waste your time and effort on that. There's so many other things that can be
the cost sunk fallacy.
Exactly. Very true.
I'm in season 3 of Better Call Saul.
Nice. Oh wait, so what's happened?
What's the biggest
anything
thing
big? Anything big happened?
Well, Gus is there now.
Okay, nice.
And have
you seen Gus's house?
Haven't seen Gus's house. Well, in Breaking Bad, I saw.
You did, but have you seen any more about? Like, have you seen?
No, Gus house.
All right, I want to. Okay, sunk cost fallacy. Yeah,
sunk cost fallacy. Yeah. It was so funny because Ben had talked about that when we were just having a conversation, and then I'm watching that episode. I think it's season 2, and I was like, "Hey, they talk about." He's like, "I totally had forgotten about that," because he'd watched that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the sunk cost fallacy, but. So no, they're, well, Jimmy had just gotten arrested.
Okay.
And, yeah. So like the whole thing with the tape and the breaking of the tape, it's that there's another copy of the tape, the cassette tape.
Oh, okay.
There's another copy of the
with
cassette.
Chuck and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So they're going through all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's starting.
So there's a new person like helping Chuck out with taking his stuff to him.
Oh yeah. Ernesto.
Yeah.
Ernesto.
I spend more time with this channel and chat than my family.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say thank you, and Keith says sorry.
I mean, thank you, but sorry.
Maybe. Thank you and sorry. So there you go. You get both sides there. Keith said what I was going to say.
No, we appreciate you being here. So that's good. That's good times.
That's why Keith is everyone's favorite. All right. So you were definitely probably going to go out to Tap and Bottle before this weekend and get at least one of these, maybe look for a different one.
I hope so. Yeah, no, I definitely would like to have a couple of those in the fridge.
You could always go to the app, order from the app, then you don't have to worry about going away.
Have it all ready for me?
Yeah. Okay. These are in the like new and returning phase, like, so at least it's easy to find.
Okay. All right.
Because that is the one thing I will say, as much as we have said some glowing things about Tap and Bottle.
We have.
They don't have search function. And it really bugs me. It's really silly. How do you not have search option?
They'll get there.
Their old one that they didn't like had a search function on it. Yeah. It's a blessing to have a close and loving family to have fun with. I'm glad you have that, Baker.
True. Yeah. I didn't realize you had that.
I didn't realize.
Oh, good.
The worst part of moving the alcohol options are more limited and no more Total Wine. Frosty, though, is amazingly close to an actual Costco, though. I think he has talked about how he literally can walk out of his house and it's like 20 steps to a Costco.
Oh, okay.
So that's not too bad. I do think.
And we do too, so thank you.
That's right. Yeah, we do too, so thank you as well. Oh, man. Yeah, that was delicious.
It's magically delicious.
Actually, I'll look that up quick and then we will go
make a cocktail.
Make a cocktail. Keith, what kind of cocktail are we going to have?
We're going to have the stone fence. Is that what it's called?
Is the stone?
It's a version
fence
of the stone fence, I guess.
Yeah.
The classic version, I think it says has rum
Or brandy.
Rum or brandy. But this is because so I got this from Imbibe magazine, and their feature was on rye. So of course they were going to feature rye recipes.
Oh.
So this has been tweaked by a New Orleans bartender who adds rye to this instead of brandy or rum. So I'm usually not an apple cider fan, but I'm looking forward to these
combination of all these flavors
and being in the fall. It's funny, we had at St. Patrick's Day, we were able to order Bushmills Irish whiskey and Tullamore Dew. And so I ordered
Tullamore Dew. I always hear good things about.
I ordered like 5 cases of each of those, and our prices were not very good, so we have a lot of it left. So I was talking with Fitz last week, and he's like, we need to come up with a recipe to feature Irish whiskey. So he actually asked Siri for fall recipe, and so it's very similar to what we're making. It's a mule, though, but what we're doing with Irish whiskey and ginger beer and apple spice cider. So we have that, and we've been selling some of it, getting rid of some of it. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing
how much is your Tullamore Dew?
22, I think.
Oh, that doesn't seem bad. It always heard
supposedly
like
though it was at least around that time. Some of my coworkers who had looked, they're like, yeah, that's not very even. Like Fitz was saying, a great price, but I mean, we can get 20% off, but
still.
Yeah. So
distance from the parking lot to the front door of Costco is further than my walk from my apartment to the parking lot. Wow. See, so that's
Costco. Yeah, that's Costco adjasant for you.
Yeah, that is literally Costco adjacent. Well, because we had been talking about Frosty did a whiskey tasting and some assorted delicious bison and elk meats and things like that. He had a party with some friends, and he was talking about because he had I think he had some Basil Hayden's and some other things. But anyway, one of the things was the Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Oh yeah,
and he was like, I was surprised that I actually liked it as much as I did and whatever else. And I started to mention the Costco. He's like, oh, that's where I got it. And when we were at Costco like a week ago, they actually had it on sale for like another $5 off. And I finally almost bought a bottle. I didn't though, because it was still like 24 or $25. And I was like, how many podcasts can we get out of this? Like, I was like,
we still have a few bottles left, but I guess it's not available for us we're not carrying anymore.
Oh, are you? Okay. This almost seemed like they were clearing it out too, honestly. Because like I said, because usually it's always about like 28 or something for that bigger bottle.
The big one, yeah.
But then it was down to 24, 20. It was like $5 off, something like that. Yeah. Must be nice to have a Costco. Plenty, you have one. You just have to drive like an hour or two, which sucks.
The Indigo Gin, it seemed like it was on that sale price.
Yeah.
But not on sale. They had just a normal sign at the normal price, and it wasn't like saying it was on sale anymore. So, and we can't get that at work anymore either. But anyway,
that one's really good.
So, yeah, I like it.
Is that just a distributor thing, or like how much do you know about why all of a sudden stuff like that?
I think just sales.
Was sales not good on that one?
I mean, it was for us, but overall it must. And maybe it could be because we're not.
Because they haven't watched our podcast?
Because we've been ordering it from the vendor. I've been ordering it and it hasn't been shipping. So some of those things, it might just be, could be a price increase as well. So
for sure. 45 minutes, which is an eternity for me. I get that. Yeah, I don't know if I would drive that far if I had to go that to a Costco. All right, we're going to go make a cocktail, so it might take a couple extra minutes. Probably should. Do you have this on your phone?
Yeah, I have the thing I sent you.
All right, we're going to go make a couple cocktails. When we come back, we'll get right into it. But thank you guys for hanging out. Again, thank you guys so much for the raid, the hype train, all that stuff. Super, super appreciate you. Like I said, all of this, this kind of support, this is what keeps the channel going and keeps all of these fun things happening. So until a few minutes, we'll be right back. Wow, it's like it just happened.
We get to see it again.
Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Guardian Down, thank you for the gifted sub to Costco hot dogs. Give me gas. Does that mean when you buy Costco hot dogs, they give you discounts on gas for your car?
Maybe they do.
That's probably what that is. I thought that was something
intestinal. Maybe it's an intestinal thing.
Oh, it could be that too.
Yeah, could be.
Really could go one way or the other. You'll probably have to come up with some sort of sub to explain which it is.
Yeah. I meant that eating hot dog.
Thank you guys all for being here. Thank you for enjoying our seasonal background that we just put up here as we did our
I'm enjoying it.
Pumpkin beer podcast. And then right now, slightly on the informal side, we've got a cocktail. This is from Imbibe Magazine.
Yep.
This is their Stone Fence Cocktail, or I should say this is a slightly adapted version. You talked about this if we went to break.
This is, I guess it says it's a classic Stone Fence cocktail, would have brandy or rum.
Oh, yeah.
This has a twist on it in that it has rye whiskey, and this is from a bartender in New Orleans. We'll have a link to this, I'm assuming. So that's nice. Not all of Imbibe's stuff is online, but they've certainly gotten better over the years. And
Appreciate this is actually there.
So this one is, yeah. And so since it was, I was talking with one of my coworkers today, because he was asking about how the podcast has been, and I said, well, we've had a little bit of a hiatus, but tonight, we were going to try a non-alcoholic hop, try a hop water and a pumpkin beer, and I explained a little bit of the history behind that, and then also I would say I think it's fair to say we have been enjoying cocktails more.
Very much so.
In general, mixing them ourselves when we go out, trying them, and definitely on our show, we've been doing more. Thanks to some influences, and just thanks to also thanks to your magnificent array of spirits.
That does help.
I just bring over spice cider. Here you go.
Here's the rye whiskey. Here's the bitters. Here's all the things that will make this drink go.
And so yeah, when I read, and this I'm a few months behind in my reading of issues. So this is from a couple months ago, but when I was reading this, I thought, you know what, this will be a great one for the fall. So hopefully it will be worth.
We will find out. So the recipe, if you're here watching live on Twitch, is 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey of your choice. I used Elijah Craig. Their rye whiskey is always a really good mixer, 94 proof. Usually you can find it around $26 to $30, depending on where you shop. 2 to 3 ounces of apple cider to taste. We went on the low end. We went to 2 ounces for that. 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. 2 dashes of I don't even know how to say it. How do you say that?
I would say, since I think it's French.
Pecauds.
Peychaud's.
2 dashes of Peychaud's bitters, which is just literally just a brand.
Yeah.
It is on the sweeter side from what I looked up compared to a regular Angostura bitters. I did not have that, nor could I source it very quickly today. This also involves a dash of orange bitters, so we just literally that portion of it we split. So we did an extra dash of the Angostura and an extra dash of the orange.
As you texted me, you had 2 of the 3 bitters, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's right, as Meatloaf would say, 100%.
Yes,
100%. But yeah, I love, like I said, you have been a subscriber for Imbibe Magazine for a long time. Comes up on a lot of our podcasts, is giving us some content here and there, so we definitely appreciate all that they do when it comes to ideas for the show. Yeah. So you had one. I was gonna say you had one kind of.
Well, this spice cider it's only available for a short period of time at the store. People love this. A lot of people use it, and we'll serve it hot. It can be used cold, obviously. We also have a Honeycrisp apple cider, which doesn't have the spices in it, but I'm thinking that they probably wanted something with spice in it. But
I would think,
depending on what we think about this, we might, and maybe something in the future, we'll be like, hey, since you have the rye,
that I do have.
Maybe we'll revisit. If we feel it might offer something.
And more bitters on the way. Maybe we mix in some other bitters and make our own cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah. Hiatus. Exactly. All right. Aroma wise. The orange is really coming through.
I definitely get orange.
Which the orange bitters is pretty aromatic. I use that in the Manhattans. Like I said, when I make those, I kind of do a balance of the two as well. I do the Angostura and I do the orange bitters. I've kind of enjoyed that. But yeah, that really does seem to pop.
Some spice underneath that.
A little bit of spice, a little bit of whiskey underneath it. Like I said, a little bit of rye underneath that. Like I said, the whiskey itself.
Definitely smells like a cocktail.
It does. I'm excited. Shall we?
We're going to try. Absolutely.
That's not what I thought it was going to taste like at all. That is really not what I thought it was going to taste like at all.
There's like a licorice note in there.
Yes.
Where the heck does that come from?
So here, I'm going to go grab. I want you to smell the 2 bitters.
Okay.
But specifically the one.
No, that's really, especially when Andrew initially mixed it and then poured it, I was smelling it and I was like, this smells like the fall to me. And sometimes fall aromas aren't always my favorite necessarily. But I was like,
wow.
okay, but
are you a fallist?
I'm a fallist.
Pocket, how's it going? Good to see you.
Oh,
Evening, Bev boys. How are you? So.
Okay, that's probably where that's coming from.
I think so, because there's almost like a little cinnamon licorice kind of thing going on in here. That one's just like super orange. Yeah.
Well, that's like delicious orange candy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that one.
B brothers.
But yeah, that one has.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of that undernote in there too.
Okay, so that's where that's coming from.
I think so.
That note that makes it licoricey.
Licorice.
But it's not. I had expected it to be.
It's not like black licorice. It's not. I am not a fan of. Like there's just a little bit of that in there. I honestly thought there was gonna be some more apple come through, and I am not getting a lot.
So
of
maybe
apple.
we should have gone 3 ounces.
Maybe. Like to me, the flavor profile I'm getting seems almost like it feels like it's missing a component. Like it's almost like a slightly watered down old fashioned or something like that. Because I'm getting the spice, I'm getting the bitters are coming through, I'm getting the whiskey's kind of there, and then there's some other little.
So maybe that Peychaud's bitters pulls it all together. Or
I mean, I wanted more apple to be in here. Like I was thinking, for me, I was thinking apple pie with rye.
Do you want to grab the because have you ever had Trader Joe's spice cider by itself?
I have not.
Maybe grab
that was why I smelled it. Okay.
Yeah, and do a quick taste. Because I have a thought when you come back. I'm just going to grab the actual half gallon of spice cider that I brought over, which will make many cocktails or allow for a lot of experimentation in the cocktail realm. But you can try. I've had it before, and it's good. I mean, this isn't usually overall not my thing, but I like that we're putting that we're mixing it up here a bit. Oh yeah, I was saying, it's been a while, but I have had it.
It's been a while. I've seen the way.
But yes, the spiced cider. It's one of those just like anything pumpkin. People they go crazy for.
I like pumpkin. It was so funny today when I walked into the store to pick up the rye. I just went to a local grocery store, and when I went in there, they already had like a display out, like of all like the Thanksgiving, probably like pumpkin. And I was like, oh, I started grabbing. I was like, that's a month and a half away. Like the only thing I was initially going to grab is, weirdly enough, like I said, for the chocolate pies that I make, sometimes that graham cracker crust thing, like sometimes that'll get out of stock. So I almost bought those anyway. I was like, for some reason in my head, I was like, I don't know why I was like a month in advance. Like I think I was like, but there was something in my brain that was just like.
Yeah, I usually start trying to pick up a few things here and there.
Stuff that's not paired. So I almost, if I was going to do it, I which I probably will now, just like thinking about, like buy that and the chocolate.
So
it's
I have,
nice to have
after you've tried that, I have a thought on what we should have done. Now that we've tried it.
Eat this up down into a syrup. So it's a thicker consistency and brings more of the flavor to the party. What's up, Keith?
Brother. Oh, just enjoying some fall-themed beverages. We had a little pumpkin, barley wine with spices and coffee and marshmallow. So on a Wednesday. Well, we wanted to definitely make this happen after missing the last 3 weeks. So it worked out schedule-wise for us to do it on a Wednesday. And it seems like when we do this on a Wednesday, that we do get a few more people almost, or a little bit more audience.
Something about Wednesday.
Wednesday hump day. We help you get over that hump and slide in toward the weekend.
With some alcohol, perhaps.
That's right. Oh.
Miss Everett was in the hospital. Oh my God. I was wondering where you were, brothers. Hadn't seen you a little bit.
And you got a gifted sub earlier today, too.
You did.
Yes.
Got ready. That helps to jump. Yeah, and that's kind of what has happened. A lot of times that we have done on Wednesday, we've either had hype trains or people coming in, like I said, through wonderful raids, like all that stuff. Hump day, jump day, exactly. Well, I'm going to say one thing initially.
Yes.
I don't get it in the cocktail, but this is actually really good.
It is very good.
I understand why people like this. It's like a slightly milder version. Crisscross will make you jump. Mac Daddy make you jump. Crisscross will make you.
One of them is dead now.
I missed the butt. No way.
Yeah, one of them died.
Was it him and Michael Chiarello together?
No, they did. It was not.
It wasn't like a lover's cross.
No.
Okay,
lover's cross.
I saw that and I was still high off my meds from the hospital, so I couldn't really do anything today. No problem, brothers. It just happened. So, like I said, good to see you. I'm glad you're doing better.
So I think that we should not. We should back off on this bitters.
Okay.
Maybe have omitted the Peychaud's
portion
and not tried to cut that. And then I think we should have gone with the extra bit of spice cider. We only went 2 ounces.
Yeah.
We went 3 ounces, but yeah, that's what I just did.
Well, because this, like, as good as this is, that was why, like, and I wasn't joking when I said, like, I almost feel like you should reduce it down so that it's a more concentrated version. Because I think these flavors are good, but they're not very, like, they're good as a drink like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they mix. Like, so once they get a little watered down, other stuff goes in there. Had the stomach flu and then I had surgery to fix my ACL. Oh my God, that is a terrible combo. That is rough. Brothers, I'm glad you're home from the hospital. I'm glad you're doing at least hopefully a little bit better.
I think I like it. I like this.
You want to take back the think?
Yeah, I like this concept. I think we just need to tweak a little bit, and I'd be very happy with that cocktail.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
Adding a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right not adding in the extra portions that we did to split that. I still wonder, is the orange a little too much?
Well, and that's what maybe so we wouldn't have added extra orange.
Yeah.
And I guess, now tasting the Trader Joe's spice cider, maybe since it has orange in it, you wouldn't necessarily need to add that.
Yeah.
I like the orange actually though.
I'm not against it. I'm just wondering, like, does it come through too much? Like, because it's kind of, I guess it's not as much in the aroma and the taste. It seems like, this is going to sound dumb, 15% overwhelming. Like, it seems like it's a little bit, but that could just literally be because
that extra.
Maybe like, because I like the balance of that in there. Yeah, maybe just a little, but then maybe that would make that come up too much. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's fairly well balanced. It's just not what I was expecting.
Yeah,
I think maybe that's part of it. In the spirit of the podcast, I just poured a drink too. Nice, Frosty. What did you pour for yourself?
All right.
For my ACL and ruptured my kneecap a week ago and had the surgery yesterday for the ACL and the kneecap earlier this morning. Gosh, dang it. Damn, brothers.
6-month recovery.
Physical therapy to learn to walk again. Maybe. I mean, I am sure you'll learn to walk again. I hope the 6 month goes even faster, but don't go. That's one of those things, like, do whatever your doctors say. Make sure you do whatever physical therapy you need. Yep. Do the physical therapy. Like, that is the biggest thing. Wouldn't you say? Recovering from any surgery?
Well, having a good surgeon too.
That's true. So how'd the ACL surgery go? What? I worked on your elbow. Terrible doctor.
No. Bad doctor. Bad doctor.
Brothers, at least I'm glad I'm assuming home safe and sound now, though. That's good. Or are you still recovering? I don't know if you just had surgery this morning. How quickly did they kick you out of the hospital? Depends on the surgery, I suppose.
Yeah, they actually were, like, with the hip replacement. They
had you up and walking pretty quick, didn't they?
Yeah, and then you leave the next day. There's some people, I think they have them leave that day. So,
but you're like, please let me have one more night of sleep, please. No, I'm just kidding. You can't get sleep in a hospital. Hospital sucks.
I
would want that out as quick as possible.
That wasn't good.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was.
Did you have a bad?
He was in a lot of pain, and
did you ask him to keep it down?
Yeah. Shut the hell up!
Can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, no.
Wow, that sounds terrible, Guardian Down.
Gross.
That is not a good surgeon. Is that the whole fist doc? Moon River. Home and have a brace on. My sister is being my caregiver. She said Destiny and beer is my recovery for a while. I love it. Maybe not the beer while you're having the medication, but yeah, definitely some Destiny though. Brothers, appreciate you. I'm glad you checked in. I'm glad you're doing okay. I've been thinking about you the last couple of days because I was like, I haven't seen Brothers around. Hope he's doing all right. I'm glad you checked in.
This used to be, per my memory, which fails me sometimes, have more
less than you
spices in
think.
it.
Oh.
And I didn't like it as much. Actually, that's pretty good. Actually, I would drink that.
Oh, I think that's delicious.
Yeah, by itself. So
I don't think I would like more spices in there either.
no, and I didn't like it, and I like this. Actually,
Why did you like the more spice in that? It doesn't even make sense.
No, I didn't.
You hated this version, and you wanted the more spice version.
I like this.
Oh, okay.
This version's good.
Yeah. This tastes like, excuse me. This tastes like a watered down version of the syrup you'd get off of a pumpkin pie. Like if you made the pumpkin pie with everything together in it and like with all the sugar and all that stuff, and then you just poured off that like whatever, like the drippings of what that would be. Like that's what that tastes like. Because there's like a little bit of the apple and then it's like a simple syrup kind of consistency. Yeah. It's not too heavy, and then it's those spices and things. It's good. Then I am a little scared to say something as I feel terrible about the accident that caused my injury. Well, you can keep that to yourself. You don't have to be scared because you don't have to tell anybody. Just keep it to yourself. Unlike me, you've been saying, thank God that asshole Guardian Down isn't harassing me. I mean, Guardian Down, you got a new job and it's great. That's fantastic. And you're still watching. He came in at lunch. Guardian Down comes in at lunch to harass me. Well, that's his job. Yeah.
Wow, that's how thoughtful.
It is. How thoughtful. No, this is good. I wish it was just, yeah, I don't know. I wish it was a little heavier, I guess, or something. I don't know. It's like, it's almost too refreshing for a fall cocktail. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I could just like,
oh yeah.
And I want to be more like, I want to be like a sipper. I think I was hoping for a sipper.
Then I almost think you need to go heavier on the rye then.
Possibly.
Heavier on the rye.
So the rye was 1.5 ounces. So maybe 2 ounces rye, 3 ounces of cider.
Maybe even just 2.5 ounces. I don't know.
No, I think I think you were right. I think it needs a little more. At least this consistency. I think it needs a little. If you didn't do the goofiness that I said of actually taking that time.
2.5. Okay. And then I think
3-2.
Maybe not as much of that.
3-2. Like if you were making one if you're making one cocktail, it would be 3-2-3-1. 3-1.
Ooh. I don't know. Although
are you saying we should go make another one?
The
and just
licorice,
split a small one.
No, the licorice part of this wasn't as after the first sip or two. It kind of backed off a little bit. Maybe I just got used to it. I don't know. But anyway.
Could have been worse, but I'm here, so woo.
Yes.
Glad you were thinking of me. Of
Good.
course, brothers. Throwing axes to the blind man has its downside. Yeah, that would cause both of those things Guardian Down, for sure. That could be bad. That could be very bad.
I enjoyed this foray into this fall cocktail.
Well, what kind of fall beverages will that lead us into next week, good sir? What do you think?
So
We've got,
next week...
Got some pumpkin things.
Oh, yeah, the pumpkin beers.
Yeah, I've got another pumpkin beer from a local brewery. We could do that one. I also have a pumpkin cider, which is also an option. Like I said, we could do one or the other of those or both, whatever else. I do have that water, which I have had on stream before, but we could start out with that Waterloo spiced apple.
Yep. And I know one of the things we had talked about a few weeks ago was we finally got the Gruner Veltliner in at Trader Joe's. It's a Hungarian. It's not Austrian. But if you wanted to try a wine, we could go that route. Something else.
Yeah, I remember you talked about the wine, which that always.
Yeah, but at least I like that we'll do at least one more week with some pumpkin involved.
And hopefully I'll get out maybe again this weekend too. Maybe I'll find something else equally as tasty or interesting. Find something else. Yeah, all right. We got some more fall things coming. Wine time.
Wine time.
We could do some wine time.
Yeah.
What was the Gruner Veltliner? Like what style was that again?
That was the white grape. The one the Federspiel, the feather play.
Oh my gosh.
Merlot, we're
drinking there we go.
There you go.
Orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Gurney down, thank you for that, of course.
Oh, yes.
Pinot Grigio to finish off the bottle. Nice.
Grigio for the win.
I like a good Pinot Grigio. That's always nice. All right, we're going to call it for the week for the podcasting time, but we'll be back again next Thursday.
I think so.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah. You okay with it?
Yeah. Unless we decide to do Wednesday, but Thursday, let's.
I mean, Wednesday, like probably would work
Shoot
for
for
me again
Thursday.
too. All right,
Okay.
so Wednesday or Thursday, we're gonna keep you on your toes.
Keep you on it, yes.
Not drinking any Merlot. We'll keep you on your toes. We're gonna go say hi though, and give a nice raid to Mr. Oh No, look out below.
Oh no.
Oh no, as we know him here on the podcast. Like I said, he's playing some Phasmophobia. I don't know if he's doing it solo or with a group. He is absolutely fantastic. He has some of the best redemptions on Twitch. So if you're not following him, make sure to follow him immediately, because not only is he super nice and a wonderful person to hang out in stream, but also you can save up some of your points to do some of the super fun redemptions. He does some of the most unique and interesting things. Yes. Have a good trip.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate the well wishes, and it was good to be back. And have a good evening. Thank you.
Yeah. Have an absolutely wonderful evening. We will see you all next Thursday or Wednesday.
Or Wednesday. I don't know. Let us know. What do you prefer?
Yeah, that's a good
Does
question.
Wednesday work better for everybody? We could do that.
We're open. We're open to options and suggestions. But either way, we will find us here at About Beverages. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.